Hey there, lovely listeners. Welcome to Let's Read, the podcast where I, Moonbeam, get to share some amazing stories with you. Before we dive into today's adventure, do me a huge favor. If you're enjoying this, please hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It really helps the show, and it tells me you're having as much fun as I am. All right, settled in? Good. Today, we're jumping back into the hilarious and chaotic world of My Disciple Died Again, and we're on Chapter 9, aptly titled Gold Nest, Silver Nest, Dog's Nest. Get ready for some master-disciple shenanigans. So last time, Zhu Yao had just been taken in as a disciple by the super powerful and super confusing Master Yu Yan. Remember, she's a modern girl who somehow ended up in a cultivation world. Chapter 9 kicks off with Master Yu Yan and Zhu Yao stepping outside. Master Yu Yan, with a casual flick of his wrist, pulls something out of his storage pouch, and bam! A ridiculously shiny 3-story golden building materializes right next to his humble thatched cottage. Imagine a blinged-out mansion popping up out of thin air, sparkling so much it lights up the night. Zhu Yao, bless her heart, is understandably stunned. She points a trembling finger at this blindingly opulent structure and manages to squeak out, "Master, living in a house like this isn't really a good idea, right?" But Master Yu Yan, ever the enigma, just raises an eyebrow. He got this golden palace from a 1,000-year-old toad spirit, apparently. He didn't personally like it, but seeing the toad spirit's sad eyes when he took it, he figured it must be good, so naturally he thought his little disciple would love it. Oh, Master Yu Yan, you have no idea. He's not done though. Still rummaging through his pouch, he casually tosses out another item. This time, it's a magnificent courtyard made of jade, glowing with a soft silvery light under the moon. You can even see fancy furniture inside. Zhu Yao is absolutely floored. Her jaw is practically on the ground. She's starting to realize her master is not just powerful, but an unbelievably rich tycoon. She looks at the golden building, then the jade one, back to the simple, dirt-filled thatched cottage her master lives in. Master Yu Yan, completely unfazed by her internal crisis, simply says, "Pick out whichever you like and just live in it." At this point, Zhu Yao's mind goes straight to that classic Aesop's fable, The Woodman, where the river god asks about the golden or silver axe. She sees her master as sort of a cultivation world river god, holding a golden house in one hand and a silver house in the other, asking, "Oh, courageous girl, the house you threw, was it this golden house or this silver house?" Zhu Yao, remembering the fable's lesson about humility, wisely suppresses her inner desire for luxury. Her master is living in a simple thatched cottage, so it would be totally inappropriate for her, his disciple, to live in something so grand. So she tells him, "Master, I think it's fine if you give me a house that's similar to yours." Master Yu Yan just tilts his head, gives her a look that screams, "My disciple is really an idiot." And with a wave of his hand, poof, both the golden and silver mansions vanish. Then, with some unknown magic, a new thatched cottage identical to his springs from the ground in the blink of an eye. Not even a moment later, Zhu Yao has her own humble little house. She thanks her master and steps inside, only to find it's exactly like his, just a wooden bed and a blanket. Nothing else. After 2 days and a night of exhaustion, she's so tired she doesn't care, and she immediately crashes. The next morning, Zhu Yao wakes up early, but it's not because she's super diligent. It's because that wooden bed is rock hard. She immediately regrets not taking one of those exquisite houses. Turns out, trying to be humble isn't always comfortable. She opens her door and sees her master already waiting outside. He glances at her tired eyes, frowns slightly, and motions her to sit on the ground in front of him. Time for cultivation. Zhu Yao perks up, excited, and sits cross-legged. Master Yu Yan taps her forehead with a single finger and says, "Close your eyes." Zhu Yao obeys, and she feels a familiar energy flow into her forehead, spreading through her body and gathering in her lower abdomen, making her feel warm and refreshed. This is how you circulate spiritual energy, he explains. He tells her to remember it and use it when she can sense the energy around her. Then how can I sense spiritual energy? She asks. Master Yu Yan's answer is classic cultivation master. That will depend on your own comprehension ability. Spiritual energy is tricky, he explains. Everyone experiences it differently. Some get it instantly, others never do. As her master, he can only guide her, not sense it for her. His advice? Close your eyes, clear your mind of all thoughts, use your heart to feel it, and you will naturally be able to sense it. So Zhu Yao tries. She closes her eyes, clears her mind, and just submerges herself in darkness. 10 minutes later, she's not feeling spiritual energy, she's feeling sleepy. And her master? He just tells her not to be anxious and leaves her to meditate alone. She meditates from morning to noon, getting absolutely nowhere. She almost falls asleep multiple times, and all she gets is a sore body. Finally, she can't sit still anymore and decides to take a stroll. She uses a teleportation formation to go down the mountain, and who does she see flying towards her on a sword? A familiar-looking male disciple in his 20s. When he sees her, he politely smiles, and Zhu Yao recognizes him. Senior Marshal Uncle Li? Wasn't he the one who brought us to the sect? The young man stops a little startled and gives her a respectful greeting. This disciple isn't worthy to be referred to as Senior Marshal Uncle, Grand Marshal Aunt. Please refrain from calling me that and simply call me by my Taoist title, Li Lin. Grand Marshal Aunt? Zhu Yao's confused. Weren't the other new disciples calling him Senior Marshal Uncle? Li Lin explains, Master Yu Yan has the highest seniority in the entire sect. Even the sect master has to call him Ancestral Marshal Uncle. And since Zhu Yao is Master Yu Yan's disciple, by seniority, Li Lin has to call her Grand Marshal Aunt. Zhu Yao suddenly realizes she's hit the cheat code. Her status is that amazing. She immediately starts pumping Li Lin for information about the sect. And this is where we get some juicy details. The sect they're in is called Ancient Hill Sect, the most famous and largest sect in the cultivation world. They've got 3 demigod stage elders and dozens of Azoth stage disciples. The sect is divided into an inner and outer sect. The inner sect has 6 mountains: Beast Teaming Mountain, Sword Mountain, Talon Mountain, Weapon Refining Mountain, Medicine Mountain, and their current home, Yade Forest Mountain. Each mountain specializes in something different, like Sword Mountain for swords or Talon Mountain for talons. There are thousands of disciples on each mountain. Sword Mountain, with its many sword-wielding disciples, is the strongest. Its lord is also the sect master, Reverend Z. Moore, the guy who tested her spirit line in the big hall. All the mountain lords are at least nascent soul level cultivators, meaning those other people in the hall were probably other mountain lords too. And then the kicker, the lady Zhu Yao offended at the beginning, Reverend Hongcha, the Lord of Medicine Mountain, she specializes in refining divine medicine, and a 9th grade pellet reading master, super rare in the cultivation world. In a world where cultivators need pills to boost their practice, offending a powerful pellet master is a huge no-no. And Zhu Yao just had to offend one. When she realizes this truth, tears start to flow down her face. Oh, Zhu Yao, you've really dug yourself into a hole this time. And that, my friends, is where Chapter 9 leaves us. Zhu Yao has learned she's essentially nobility in the sect, but she's also managed to tick off one of the most important people around. What will happen next? Will she ever manage to sense spiritual energy? And how will she deal with Reverend Hongzhao? You'll have to tune in next time to find out. Thank you so much for joining me on Let's Read. Don't forget to subscribe and like this podcast if you enjoyed it. Your support means the world to me. Until next time, keep reading, keep listening, and keep adventuring. Bye for now.